This Mamma Jamma. All right, they're recording. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for playing some Stargate with us. I am Lee Alley. I'm the GM, or as in this Stargate game is called the Gate Master. We will be playing an episode I wrote called Human Nature. It is for the Stargate role-playing game by Werven Gaming. It is a standalone adventure. It is not in with our living campaign that's going to be coming out for Gen Con. But it's kind of just to give you a taste, give you a flavor of what's to come. I am one of the writers for the living campaign for Stargate. And also, I'm a host to Roll of the Dice podcast, where we talk about how to help you game a little bit better as well. So I'm going to introduce the rest of our crew here that's going to be playing this session for you, everybody. So we'll just start. We'll just go down the row with Dan is next. Hi, Dan.
Hi, I am Dan Grishkoviak. I am also a co-host for the Roll of the Dice podcast with Lee.
Hello.
So he explained what that is, so I don't have to explain it.
Yep.
As well, I am playing Burvell, who is an engineer. He is a Tolan engineer, and Tolans are kind of more they're like humans, but they're just more advanced with their technology. And their home planet was destroyed, and he was on the home planet when it was destroyed. Got trapped there under some debris and had to survive, and eventually got out. So he's a little maybe has some PTSD from that situation, doesn't like being in enclosed spaces, those kind of things. But he's an engineer, and he's working with lower than normal technology that he's used to. So he makes do with it, because of course the Tolans don't like to share their advanced technology or release it to people. So he kind of pretends to deal with what he's got. He might modify things once in a while, but
Oh, and that's one thing I forgot to say is everyone here will be playing pre-generated characters. They are playing Phoenix 1. This is the equivalent of SG-1. So everybody's got some big shoes to fill, I guess. And these characters are heavily featured in the role-playing game, as they are the ones who have founded Phoenix Base. All right, so Jim, who are you playing?
I am playing Moste and Bythal. Moste is a ghoul.
Ooh, Tok'ra.
Who has gone renegade. And Bythal is their host. And so I am helping Phoenix 1 to fight back against the ghoul menace.
Perfect. Zilmer. We call our friend Zilmer, even though his real name is Andy, but it's Zilmer. Who are you playing?
I am playing Lanny. She is a Kildoan scientist. She is a little bit antisocial. She likes artifacts and whatever she finds.
Nice. And Mark, how you doing? Who are you playing?
Hello, I am playing Colonel Salina Rodriguez, and
got a little spice on there, didn't you?
Yeah. She is a human soldier. She was an Air Force pilot, and she's kind of got a no-nonsense approach.
Definitely, and more importantly, she is the leader of Phoenix 1. Everyone's got to listen to Mark now. Just kidding. Or at least consider the Colonel's experience and rank and all that fun stuff, since it's a military campaign. And you keep them in line. Don't let them be murder hobos. I guess that's the other thing, too.
Trust me, jump off that cliff. I'm pulling rank.
Even though no one else is technically have rank, but they are in the Air Force. They've gone through the training. All right, so we are going to be using Roll20. Obviously, I am not that advanced in it, so I will do my best. Also, some of the players will be rolling with Roll20 for their dice. I will be rolling the real dice on the side. Maybe some other people will as well. As always, if you cheat with these dice, the dice will remember, and they will never work good ever again when you actually really need them. So, without further ado, let's just start this episode. So, episode's called Human Nature. You Phoenix 1 will be going to planet P2X459. Your mission, as you are already stepping out of the Stargate, is to have a diplomatic mission here to find other locations that Phoenix Site can possibly move some of its inhabitants from Haven. Haven is a refugee camp near Phoenix Site or Phoenix Base that has a lot of refugees that the Goa'uld have pushed off planet. So your mission is to find another planet that could possibly be used for a safety area or a backup to escape if Phoenix Site is ever on lockdown, or if it's ever been discovered by some of the Goa'uld system lords. So it's simple as that. What has happened is General Lawyer, who is the leader of Phoenix Site, has ordered out a MELP, which is a mobile analytic laboratory probe, to this planet. And they have scanned the planet already. There is a DHD which is present and functioning. The area is heavy, thick forest and swamp. But the MELP couldn't go too much further as there was too much underbrush, too much forest. So they were able to send a UAV, a unmanned aerial vehicle, through the Stargate, and was able to scope the area much better. This probe, or this UAV, discovered that there's a human settlement within about 5 kilometers from the Stargate. There's about 30 inhabitants. That the hazards of the planet are, it gets a little bit cold at night, but other than that, nothing too severe. The tech level for the humans in this area is very early. It's tech level 1, so nothing really advanced at all. The length of your mission is 48 hours. Check in every 8 to 12 hours. You have some prep time, which is nice. So you guys can look at for other gear that you have besides your character sheet. I will, yes. So I can go through some, if you want to, go through basically the armory or gear, we can go through that. Or you can maybe think that you're okay with what you have for Prep 1. Again, the main mission is diplomatic. Determine if these inhabitants are friend or foe. Again, determine if P2X459 could be used as a future escape site. Secondary goal, and always the goal, is to search and acquire for advanced technology to use against the Goa'uld. Find others that can become allies also against the Goa'uld. All right, so we've already had time to prep from Phoenix Base. What else would you like for gear?
I think I'm good.
I don't know if I would
I have everything.
take any other standard gear.
I don't suppose I can get a Death Glider.
Unfortunately, they haven't commandeered any Goa'uld Death Gliders, and we don't have any 302s at all right now for you to use. Sorry. They wouldn't fit through the Stargate. We have to get a different kind. You have to get a puddle jumper.
Right. Okay, fine.
Sorry there, hotshot pilot.
Could I get like a little drone?
So there is no drone. This is actually, that's important to say that this takes place during 2002. So
okay.
Yes, this is not 2020. This is 2002 because this takes place during Stargate Season 6, Episode 9, which is 2002-2003 season. So unfortunately, and also there are no drones from the other races you have. So sorry, no is the answer. Short answer, no.
Fair enough.
Okay. Are we all cool? You went through the armory and you're like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
I should have all my standard stuff, so I think I'm good.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So because of the UAV map. All right, here is a map that's shown there. Yes, there's giant trees. Of course, that's hiding things. There's Stargate right there. 5 clicks to the east is the logging camp. So you guys are right here at the Stargate.
Gotcha.
And you basically have just stepped through and arrived. And it's a little bit more chilly than the base as you stepped on through the Stargate. Immediately you can tell that it's overcast conditions. The area is a little bit squishy as you're in a swamp-like area. Moss covers everything. There are several spruce trees in front of you. There you are. Here's another picture. Because of the Stargate has activated twice. When it activated the first time, it cut down trees because the overgrowth had gone so close to the Stargate, and now with a second activation, it's basically cut a easy path for you in this little like glen area in the forest here. It's overcast conditions, but you can tell there's kind of some sunlight coming through. It's probably around noon-ish time, as you can tell. It's pretty quiet as you step in. Everything's muffled as everything's kind of closed in around you. And again, moss covers everything in this area. And you're in like this low swamp area.
So no one's been here for a long time, because the first time we activated the Stargate to send a drone through was the first time it's been activated in a long time.
Correct. The drone and the MALP, it never made, and there haven't been any other teams that have made contact with the humans. And when the MALP looked around with its camera, it didn't look like anyone was here at all. And it kind of looks like that now. It kind of looks like this Stargate was just abandoned here. It's just been overgrown by nature and forgotten. All right. What would your characters like to do?
I guess I'll look over the stuff we send through. If there's anything we need to send back, I'll send back.
Sounds good. Yes, you go over to the DHD, you punch in back to Phoenix site, and you send the MALP that was sitting here back on through. As you're doing that, I'll say you notice that behind you by the DHD, the dial home device, is a path that leads out of here. It looks like a deer path that leads through the forest and out. But there's still kind of some underbrush that's kind of blocking it. So it wasn't noticeable when you first stepped out. And that path leads, when you look at your compass, leads east towards the camp, the settlement, the human settlement.
It hasn't been used in a while?
It doesn't look like it's been used in a while, no. You could give me a nature check.
Nature.
Everyone can do a nature check if you wish, or you could do other things looking around the Stargate.
Ooh, 19.
All right, Burvell rolled a 19 nature check. You look around, yes, it doesn't look like deer or deer equivalent have been moving through here, but it looks like a trail. You would see in the moss in the ground some deer tracks, but it looks to be old, many days old, nothing fresh or new. You don't see any buck ruts or anything against trees and things like that, so no indications of that. But you also do notice that there are a bunch of pink berries all over the moss and surrounding the Stargate.
Pink berries. Anybody know what those are?
I rolled a 1. So Lanny's going to say, yes, they're delicious. And I'll walk up and grab a couple and say, they're so sweet.
So you rolled a 1 for nature?
Yes.
Okay, so you go up and you just pick one up and just pop it in your mouth?
Yep.
All right, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I got a 17.
Hey, that's pretty good. They are very bitter. But you only popped one in. It's a good size one. It's the size of a 20-sider, we'll say. You throw one in. It looked to be really like a beautiful pink, nice and squishy. Oh, it's bitter, and your stomach does make a gurgling sound, but you're okay. You might have to excuse yourself later, but other than that, you're all right.
I do not let anyone know it did not taste good. I just maintain the illusion.
Fair enough. All right. Anyone
All right,
else?
so it's good to know, I guess, if we ever get stranded, that we can eat them.
I mean, actually, I would be curious to know more about the berries, so I start asking Lonnie all kinds of questions. Do these berries have a name?
There's been. They go by many names.
What? Oh, that's very curious. What are some of them, or even just one? What can we call these berries other than pink
Let's
berries on
call
the
them
tree?
pink berries.
Oh, that's their name.
Yes, it's technical.
So you can give me a.
Their actual name you wouldn't be able to pronounce.
Are these berries from the tree? Like, I will look at them myself.
Yes.
Are these berries from the tree, or are these berries like a vine that's growing on the tree?
Give me a survival or nature check. Whichever one you have, that's better.
Nature incoming. Not so hot. Not as good as my notice.
A 9. You look at it, maybe put it on the tip of your tongue. They're poisonous. They can cause nausea, vomiting, and stomach cramps within minutes.
Oh no, these are not good for human consumption.
They grow all from the moss. They are not from trees. They grow from the ground.
These are not from the trees. Are you sure that you're thinking of the correct berry, Lonnie? I think
I don't need to deal with this. Let's go to the village.
So are you telling me I can't eat them if we're stranded?
Gravel, no, do not eat these berries.
But he just
I'm
told
not
me
going to
No,
say
do
don't
not
eat them, but I totally could say that you might be able to eat them. Potentially.
Lanny, you should try another one.
Nope, no response.
I'm good. I don't need to have anything to show. You guys know that.
All right. As you start moving a little bit towards the deer trail, the path leads you out. You notice that there is a ornate carved wooden bowl sitting on a moss-covered log. Inside of the bowl, it looks to be... It's hard to tell right now, but it looks like jerky of some kind with a solidified something over the top of it that shimmers. Which, just by a quick glance, you can tell that from basically everything else, this just does not fit the situation, as this bowl looks new and ornate. It is not decrepit and old. It doesn't look like it was left. It was left here by something else.
and how? What's in it?
Give me a investigation roll.
Investigation. 16.
It is venison that has been made into jerky. Covering the top of it is a now solidified maple syrup. It's probably been here for about a day or two. More recent than the tracks. It's the thing that's more recent than anything else in this area. It hasn't.
Was anyone expecting us?
Maybe it's an offering of some
Right here? Is
sort.
this an offering?
Yes, my
Yeah,
guess.
it was
My
an
guess
offering
is it
to
was a
us.
sacrifice to something.
So you know
Exactly.
that the mission started about.
Offering.
So you know that the mission started about a day ago when they first sent a malp out and did its first initial telemetries and things like that. This has been here longer than that, probably 2 days, especially for the maple syrup to freeze overnight. We'll say it's been here longer than the Stargate being activated.
I look around for
It seems like it's not an offering to
whoever would have
us.
left it. Oh no!
Sorry, somebody said I look around.
Yeah, I'm looking around for whoever would have left this, like some sort of foot traffic, anything like that.
Survival check for tracking.
Nope. Ignore that. The modifier didn't change. There you go.
11.
Yep.
No, you can't. You can't tell exactly. You don't see any footprints, but when you look around the area, looking around the Stargate to the north, to the south, and to the west, it is just swamp that's covered and is thickly. There's going through a swamp. If you've ever tried that in real life, is really really difficult, and it's just a big pain in the butt. You don't see any other way besides this path going through this deer trail.
Well, no, I meant I was looking for tracks. I would like
Okay.
footprints, like anything
Nope.
someone would have left.
With your roll, you do not find any.
Cool.
Well, why don't we continue and make our way towards that village? Wait, do we know of the village, right?
Correct. Because of the UAV has scoped out the area, you can tell that there is a settlement straight that way to the east.
Yes, let's go see the village and see if they are friendly and might be willing to coexist amongst us.
All right. As you start walking through the forest, again, you're going through really thick spruce trees. Maybe you have to go in single file, making sure you don't smack a tree branch into the person behind you. You know, fun stuff like that. You've been walking for about 2 kilometers through this area, and the trees are starting to thin. You're going a little bit uphill. You're getting out of the swamp, basically, and you can start to see a bunch of very tall maple-ish type trees, and the underbrush is less thick, so it's going to be a lot easier walking. You don't have to walk in single file anymore. But as soon as you kind of step out into this other section of the forest, as you guys are like right around here on the map, you're just assaulted by this weird smell of wet garbage and skunk smell that is just floating in the area all around you. And then you hear this sound. It sounds like it came from the north.
I take a look. I want to see if I see anything that made that noise.
Perception check.
I will ready my gun.
Sure. An 8. No. But what you can tell is that the wind, now that you're no longer in a thick forest, is coming from the north. That sound came from the north. That's probably where the smell came from as well. Is coming down and hitting you.
My guess is that's.
Do we have any record? That was where the offerings for it. Does our UAV have record of any other creatures on this planet besides the people at the village?
The UAV could only find like deer and ducks and things like that. And humans.
I don't know. It makes me worry that this planet might be hostile. So if we had to evacuate to come here, is it safe for us to be here?
Well, we'll put that down as a concern, but we should investigate more. Maybe if we can.
Okay.
Maybe it's nothing.
I'll say you continue walking.
Nothing to be worried about at all.
Not that it's not nothing, but I'll say you
Yeah.
guys.
Don't be loud. It's fine.
I'll say you all continue to
Fine.
walk through the path as you're getting closer. Another half kilometer, and you come up to this wooden fence that's about 1 meter tall. It doesn't look like it's made to keep people out or anything like that. It's more like a landmarker or barrier. It's very simply made with logs, just stacked up kind of on top of each other. But there is a broken portion of the fence that is off to one side.
I look
So we have to
for
cross
any sort of security, like anyone watching.
Give me a perception check. It's really good. 21. You look behind the fence, and about half a kilometer away, you can start to see a bunch of trees that have buckets on that are attached to the trees, and some of the trees have red X's painted on them. And then even further past that, you can see it starts to look like you can see some smoke coming up off in the distance.
Can I make a culture check?
You do, also you do see some movement of people behind those trees, but they're pretty far away.
Colonel, there's
And
movement right over in that direction that I'm indicating.
Thank you, Bethel.
and Lonnie, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, can I make a culture check?
It's pretty difficult to tell right now. You're really looking through the forest. You can't really you can just see movement.
Okay.
Right now, you
So
really
the
can't.
marks on the trees don't mean anything? It could just be this one's tapped out and this one's good?
You'll have to
Or-
get. Well, let's see here. Yes, give me a culture check. Yes, you're doing it on the trees. Culture check.
Yeah.
Go for it. Sounds
I
good.
got a 19.
A 19. It's maybe to indicate danger of some kind. It does look like the trees are being farmed for their maple syrup. What that X necessarily mean is up to interpretation. For the most part, it means dangerous, stay away, or it could be meaning don't use this. Don't tap from this tree. Wait to tap from this one. But red and X seems to indicate danger.
Are there buckets on trees whether they have an X or not?
Yes, there are buckets that are on trees that do not have an X, but also trees that do.
Cool.
All right. So you're standing in front of this fence. Some of it's broken, and then behind it is the trees, and then behind that, behind the maple forest, is the logging camp, or at least the settlement.
Let's go towards those people you pointed out to me, Bethel, and make contact.
I get my translator ready.
Okay. Let's see. None of you are Enunas or other scary, forward-looking. You all can pass as humans or Tari, and one of you is. So I guess that's a good thing, right?
I have a snake in my throat.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Okay. You just make your way right to the settlement.
I guess we head that way.
Towards the people that were kind of off in the woods, you were saying.
Yes, you can see some movement after Bythal pointed them out.
Okay, yep. So that's the direction I head towards, and
Okay.
I make sure I am not holding any weapons, or they're all put away safely.
Fair enough. Is that what everybody's doing? Just
I'm just following
Sure.
the commander.
Colonel, not a
The
commander.
colonel.
Colonel. All right, sounds good. As you get closer, you can start to see that they are. There's. Excuse me. Let me get the picture first. There are two groups of 3 of these men that are wearing these similar type of outfits. They have muskets leaning up against trees. They have buckskin vests to stay warm. One group you can see is a little bit further away. They are piling up, looks to be logs for a big bonfire. The ones that are closer to you, the movement that Bythal saw, there's 2 guards or 2 loggers right now, and you do get the impression that they're on guard, as one of them is stacking up logs for a bonfire. It hasn't been lit yet, and the other one is literally looking into the forest, scanning the area. And since you guys just walked up there, they notice you, or this guard notices for you, and he yells, "Halt there!"
In English?
in English.
Oh.
In Canadian. Yes, I keep my hands out to the side and fully visible, and I say, "Hello." Well, in my accent, "Hello."
No, you don't have to do an accent. It's cool.
Okay, good. Hello. It filters into the real accent, like in Red October.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're visitors here for on a mission. Can you help us?
Stand where you are. Wow, this is unusual. We haven't seen anyone else. Stay where you are. I'll go get Arlo. He'll know what to do. You'll have to speak with him first. Stay where you are, please. He turns to the person that was stacking up the logs behind him, and you can hear him say, "Go get Arlo quickly." And that person runs down a little bit into this open. It looks like a logging camp when you can kind of see past the trees. It's been cleared of trees. It's just one street that's covered in mud. To the north, there's just a bunch of tents where there's people that have cooking campfires going. Then there's a large 2-story log cabin that looks relatively new, cut logs to make it, and it looks like that guard is running towards that log cabin. While you wait, the guard just doesn't want you to move any further. Isn't pointing his musket at you, but is darting his eyes back and forth, and is visually nervous, and isn't always keeping eye contact with you, and is sometimes looking past you and behind you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
We heard a roaring earlier. Do you happen to know what that is?
Oh, yes. Well, it's getting dark, and that's when the Mossmen come out. So, I wouldn't mind if you would, yes, come in and make yourself safe here. But that would be for Arlo to allow you to entrance or not.
What are the Mossmen?
Creatures that come from the swamps. Terrible, terrible.
Are they
things.
actually men?
I haven't seen them, but I've heard their roars. I've heard their screams.
Like a man.
I wouldn't know. And so as you're talking about this, then you see this grizzled old gentleman walk up towards you, and just kind of stands away. A weathered man, late 50s, looks like he's had a hard life. Just kind of walks up and stands as kind of a matter of fact. Is wearing a little bit more colorful type fur vest. It's more red and brown. Has a big buck knife on his hip, and is carrying a musket as well. Oh, well. I didn't know we had neighbors to the west. Tell me, did you come through the swamp?
No, we came from the Stargate, the machine, the device back that way, about five clicks or so.
The what?
The standing stones in the forest.
The what now? The what? What are you? Oh, the what?
The giant ring. It's a big giant ring, and when it turns on, it shoots out this big giant, water-like looking thing.
Water.
I'm assuming it's never been used in a long time, so I doubt you've known about it. So let's just start a little differently and say we're not from around here.
Oh my goodness, you ramble.
We're from far away, as you can tell by the way we're dressed.
Aye.
Yeah, and we've come to talk to you about making some deals, maybe.
Oh, like deals. Yeah, you are dressed strangely and speak of water coming out of rings. I do not know of this, but do not necessarily trust you. What settlement do you come from? I do not know of any settlement to the west, especially through the swamps there.
Well, we all come from different settlements, but I am from Earth.
Never heard of that. No, never heard of that. Yeah.
What settlement are we near? What do you call this place?
This is the logging camp, not a settlement. It's Namino. You're welcome here, but well, I don't necessarily trust you at all. You say you have a good deals. I like deals, but we have many things we have to get done before nightfall, and I don't know if you look like troublemakers to me.
Our trading doesn't need to happen right now. It can happen when you are when it's more convenient to your time. However, you are right. Night is coming. May we seek shelter with you?
Not too sure about that. I understand. I suppose it would be neighborly. Yes, neighborly would be the right thing to do. But what will we do in the morning? Nah, best not allow that. So I'll pause you there. So you need to convince. He hadn't said his name. It says name's Arlo, and I run this logging camp here. So you need to convince Arlo into allowing you access to the camp to continue further diplomatic negotiations with this man. So in this game, there is a new initiative for social encounters. It's called Moxie. So I want everyone to roll their Moxie right now. And then I'll...
Is that just a D20 roll plus or minus the Moxie modifier?
That would be correct. Just like initiative, but this. All right. So we have Selena with an 18. We have Burvell with a 20. Wow, good high rolls. Bythal with a 22. And Lonnie, what do you get?
I got a 23 and it's a crit.
Okay. All right. So how this is going to work is we'll have Lonnie will go first. Bythal will go second. Third will be Burvell. And fourth will be the Colonel, Rodriguez. So how this works is you need to convince Arlo. You have to, he has a convince rating of 3, which means you have to get 3 persuasion successes. Now, I shouldn't say persuasion. There's different approaches that you can use to try to convince him to allow it. You can use, a moment, let me get to this page. We have diplomatic and logical approaches. We have charismatic approaches, persuasion approaches. We also have intimidation as well can work. So you'll pick an approach, and what you'll do is on the first round, everyone will have to wager their determination point on the first round. So all of you will have a number of determination points that you have. Then we'll go down the list. You'll give you'll say the approach that you want to do to try to convince him into letting you all in. So we'll have it's a one moment. Yeah, so you have logical intelligence, sympathy, wisdom, or mean charisma would be the approach. So with Lonnie, what would be your approach? How do you want to convince Arlo? You're muted right now, Zilmer. You're still muted. There we go. Okay.
I realized that. I clicked and it did not work.
It's okay. Yeah,
I want to take one of the claymores. I want to say, you log.
Hold on.
We have... Oh.
Do you have a claymore in your kit? Do you have a claymore with you?
It says the equipment. It says a research kit, explosive clay.
That is explosive clay. That is C4. That is not. A claymore.
Fair enough. Well, there's another one. Oh, a detonator. Okay.
That's okay.
I thought there were some missing words. I want to go to the biggest tree. I want to slap a wad of the C4 on it and the detonator.
Okay.
And say, we can help you log better. Walk away from it and do like a cool action movie explosion and just blow up the tree and have it fall down.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. They just turn their
That's
back
right.
and look away. All right. So that will be
I hope that tree doesn't fall on us.
I would say that would be an engineering check. That would be intelligence. So you're doing a logical approach. So give me an engineering check then. Because you're using logic, you're using intelligence. You'll look at the appropriate skill. That would be engineering. What'd you get? You're muted, Zilmer.
I got a 14.
Awesome, you did it. Oh, wow, very impressive. Oh, that little bit did all that. Oh.
It did.
How do
and
I?
There's more from where we can trade for more from where we came from.
Oh. How do I know you won't use that against me then? And so that was your turn, and then we'll go on to Bythal. It is your turn. So then you also before you succeeded. You spent a determination point to get to try to convince it. Since you succeeded, you get that point back to use for later if needed. So Bythal, do you want to throw one in?
I do.
Okay.
Well, we come seeking to trade, which is why we show you the capabilities of the things we bring. Night is approaching. Your men here have just told us about the Mossmen, and we're not familiar with the threats of this area. Not only would we seek shelter and be very grateful for any you can provide, but we can also help protect your camp from any possible threats for the evening that we spend with you.
Aye. All right. So what would you say? That's more of a charisma type approach, probably?
I am trying to persuade.
Roll a persuasion check. That sounds great.
Where there it is. Oh, really?
A 10. Aye. Oh. There's lots. It could be more of you. Dangerous. I have to keep an eye on you. You have a good way with words. I've had in my experience not to necessarily trust that. So unfortunately, you failed, and you lose that determination point, and you didn't further his persuasion. Burvell, your turn.
Well, that was what I was going to say, but
You could say it a little bit different.
I'll still kind of point on that and say, well, obviously, you look at your weapons, you look at our weapons. Ours are more advanced. So if you really are looking for protection tonight, we can provide it. However, if you let us stay out here, we won't be able to protect your village. Plus, you'll never figure out what we have to offer.
Good point. Yeah, I do want to know more about that little tiny explosives you have. So, what would that be? Was that logical, or or does that be more charismatic approach?
I'm trying to be more logical.
Intelligence. Give me a science check.
Science.
Yeah.
Oh wow, science. Yeah, science.
That's intelligence. Science intelligence.
12.
12. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. Yeah. He nods. He likes it. One thing I should have said is, if no one's acting, what they can do, they can choose to, by just standing there, being on guard, other things like that. You can give a +1 to another PC's check, as an example. But, Colonel, so you've succeeded. You get that point back, and Rodriguez, it is your turn.
Okay. Yes. So I say, well, you've seen our weapons, and I don't know what the food situation is here, but we have some food that we can trade. And I take an MRE that I have and just kind of toss it over to him and say, not the most delicious thing that we have to offer, but there's more that we can provide, and it will sustain you. We have plenty to serve your camp.
We picked all these wonderful berries.
It'll make your tum tum feel great. So what approach would you like with that? Logic, sympathy, mean?
I guess. I guess it would be kind of a. It's a trade, so I guess that's logic. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to show them logically of the benefits of us coming.
Okay. Which skill would be appropriate for you to do that? Since you, let's see.
Persuasion, I guess.
Well, it's not intelligence necessarily, so that's why. So give me a persuasion check instead. I think it's more persuasion.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh,
A 2.
2.
Oh, what is he? So you just threw it to him, and he bit into it, and so he bit into the wrapper of the power bar that you gave him. And I'll say it was tinfoil. We'll say, and so he doesn't have fillings, so that doesn't really make sense. Whatever. He bit into a wrapper. This is pure garbage.
He probably doesn't have teeth either, so it might have just come out.
Yes, I like that too. He just throws it back at you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you lose that determination point. Now we're on round 2, so if you want to continue to persuade, it's going to cost 2 points. So Lonnie, you're up next. Do we have to remind Zilmer that he's muted? No, we don't. Hi.
I was looking at the character sheet. I was looking at what other supplies I had. So I guess
Well, there are things I can blow up with. Use to blow up.
Well, you start big, and then you.
Okay.
Have you ever seen any piece of witchery like this?
Witchery.
And I take out the multi-tool, and there's a screwdriver, and there's a knife, and there's probably a little knife on it, and probably a flint, and I go and make some sparks, and just go through it. We could trade goods such as these, if we can come to an agreement.
The multi-tool looks more like a spade, but it does have a wrench on it. It does have extra things you can have on there. It is advanced, so give me an engineering check. That'll be a logical of, look, we have cool technology.
I got a 20.
You succeeded. May I see that? Oh.
I hand it to him.
Oh, wow. Craftsmanship is excellent. What is it here?
Yes, we have many fine craftsmen in our village.
How did you carve this in here so precisely? Made in USA?
It is pronounced USA.
May I keep this? As in,
Yes.
Then you are allowed entrance, please. Right, the neighborly thing to do, of course. Sometimes I forget. Come in, please, yes. It is getting darker, and you do speak quite a bit, and the Mossman will come soon. Fellows, light up the fires. We'll survive yet another night. Come, guests of mine.
Can I roll a culture roll?
Yes, you are. What do you want to determine?
To see if there's I know of a traditional greeting for things such as this. Buff. I rolled a 1. So I guess I raise my hands up and say, "The fire begins!"
Yeah. Oh gosh, not so loud. Not so loud there, friend. Oh, right. So he. Oh, Jim's back.
Sorry.
No problem. Just give myself the cough there. He's keeping that multi-tool of yours, so you no longer have that with you. But
yes,
you have
the style of the times.
But you've succeeded, and that ends the convincing counter. All right. He walks you in. On the sides of the logging area, all the kind of the corners of them, huge fires of big campfires, bonfires. That's what I'm trying to say. Bonfires light up into the sky, and you can kind of tell it's getting darker. Even with the overcast conditions, it's just getting a little bit more and more dark gray. And he just kind of leads you down into this camp area. As you're walking behind him, you do notice that people around here are on edge. Everyone's nervous. Everyone's looking into the forest behind them. They've cleared an area right here of the forest with their, and you can definitely tell they're all loggers, a logging camp, definitely. There aren't that many people right now. There's a lot of empty tents, but you do see some loggers coming in from the woods at random spots with their axes and their big saws. Nothing high-tech advanced at all. Everything's hand tools. These are tough men. And you don't notice really any women, and you don't notice any children. It's very much a work camp. Arlo is leading you towards the log cabin. All right.
Can I ask him a question while we're walking?
Of course.
Arlo, like, these moss men, do they attack your village?
This ain't no village. This is for work. It's a logging camp. Yeah. They kill my horses. Killing men, too. Haul them off. Do what they want to them.
Every night? Or
every night, more and more frequently. We find their bodies in the morning. That's all right. I've killed 3 of them myself. And he pats to his left hip around his waist, and you see he has 3 dried claw-like hands, and he's definitely presenting it now like he has. They're like souvenirs of kills. Got them, killed them myself. Well,
I want to walk over to the side and puke.
You throw up.
Maybe it's the berry, maybe it's the desiccated hands.
When you look at the hands, they look to be human-sized hands, but they have shrunken down, so it's hard to tell unless you investigate further or talk.
Yeah, I asked if I could take a closer look at them. I'm wondering if I might know, might be able to identify anything about them other than the obvious at a distant glance.
First, give me a persuasion check.
Or if I don't, if Mastay does.
Give me a persuasion check to ask him to first have a better look at it.
I have a really good persuasion, but it has failed me with Arlo so far.
You like it, huh? Yes. Go right ahead. And he unhooks it from his belt and hands it to you. So then you can give me a nature or science check.
Nature or science? They're about the same. Here we go. Nature.
They are of the... Okay, yes, they look human at first, but the hands, the thumb especially, they look to be primate. You look at the fur on it, it seems to... There's still some fur on the back palm of it. They've been cut off clean by the wrist. They have deep claws, but the fur on the back is red fur. And you look at his vest that he's wearing is more reddish brown fur. That is the same thing that's made out of this hand.
Did you make a vest out of a Mothman as well?
I did.
Excellent cut.
Oh, you like it? And then as you're walking, he points, and you can see that they do have, there's a bunch of deer carcasses off to one side and a bunch of bones. And also there's some deer leather out to dry, and also some deer skin. But then next to that, stretched out, is one furry. It doesn't. You can definitely tell. Like, I shouldn't say you know what deer is, but it looks to be like kind of grayish, and the other one you see is kind of a brown red. Like, I could make you one for a price for some of that explosives you have there.
We will consider it.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
hand him the hands back. I have nothing else to learn from them right now.
Okay. Let's see. As you're walking through, whoops, I'm dropping dice. All right. Burvell, you're 1. Bythal, you're 2. Lonnie, you're 3. And Colonel Rodriguez, you're 4. I was going to roll a d4 randomly. Burvell, you get hit in the chest by something soft and goopy that hits your tactical vest and blops off. You see a little girl that was hiding behind a tent. And get a picture. And you hear her then... got to put her forward.
That is a heck of a beard for a little girl.
Yeah. No. Little girl, an amazing beard. Well, she's a lumberjack, so she started off young, apparently. Yes, you see this little girl, about 6 years old. She's hiding about not too far away from you walking down the main path, behind a tent. She has a pouch, a satchel around her, and in her right hand, she's digging in it, and in her left hand, pointed at you, is a stick. And she just says, "Back, I say, back, or I'll throw another spell at you."
I sweep the stuff off my chest and just like, ugh.
You look at it, it is pink berry juice.
Oh, is this stuff like numbifying when it's in liquid form, or is this only poison? Am I going to die now?
You won't die, I'll just put you to sleep. And then she's going to throw another one at you. Actually, give me a dex save. As she throws another handful of this mushed berry stuff that she has in her hand, is just kind of tossing at you as a magic spell.
5.
Well, I like you rolled
a natural 1,
but
so
you did roll a 1. So she hits you in the face, and some get in your mouth, and you don't swallow, but it does. It's exactly it's the same berries as before, and it's yet very bitter.
Burvell, you best stay clear of this young wizard's territory.
I'll protect everyone from the moss.
To mean business.
I'll protect.
Burvell, you should try some of that delicious juice.
I don't think I want to
berry.
eat any of this stuff. That I don't know if I even trust you anymore. Lies. Everyone tells me lies.
Arlo snares at this little girl. Nellie, get out of here. Go find your father. Go find your worthless father, Merrill. Tell him that the workmen, the real workmen, will be coming back, and he should be making food for them, fill their bellies. Go on. She sticks her tongue out as kids do, and just hides behind the camp, the tent, away from Arlo's sight. And Arlo continues like, "You're welcome to look around. I got some matters to attend to. You could follow me to the log cabin. It's our mess hall as well, and my office."
I stick my tongue out at the girl too, but then realize I just like taste more berries and spit it out.
Behind Nellie, the little girl, is this bearded gentleman who walks up but has a limp and has a cane, a stick, and this fairly looking ornate stick as he's limping towards them. Like, "Nellie, come on, leave our new visitors here alone, please." Yeah. Why do we have to listen to that stupid mump stumps over there? And no, Nellie, no, it's Mumpstimus. I know you like running out in the woods and playing wizard, but you need to learn. We have to go have our studies. Mumpstimus. Say it again. Mumpstimus. What does it mean? A stubborn person who insists on making an error in spite of being shown that they are wrong. That's Arlo, right? Yes, it is. Go
Arlo
on.
still there?
Arlo has walked away.
Okay.
He wants none of this child and has left. So you guys are just kind of standing there right now. And then,
Do I recognize what language that's from?
culture.
I got an 8.
It's English. It's correct. but you don't know.
Where did you get those berries, Nellie? Were you out in the forest earlier or today?
She looks around wide-eyed as now she's looking at her father not to get in trouble. And then he turns around, arms folded, or one arm folded because he's Nellie, Gilly.
We found the bowl. I wonder if it was yours by the ring.
She nods at you. She's trying not to. She's trying to smile in front of her father, but she smiles at you and does a uh-huh. And then Merritt says, Nellie, please, you can't be sneaking off like that. It's dangerous. It's not dangerous. The moss people aren't dangerous. Just that gray, smelly one is.
That's a pretty far distance for a little girl to travel on your own. Do you know a secret path to get there?
Wizards know a lot of things, and she kind of spins her wand at you. And when you look at it, you can see that it's ornately carved, and the same thing for Merritt's cane or walking stick. It's the same wood as the bowl that you found as well. Nellie, please, not now.
Why do you say the Mossmen aren't dangerous?
Because they're not, says Merritt, and then he kind of looks around to see if anyone heard.
Have you met them?
We've seen them, but things are quite difficult here, says Merritt. Things are quite difficult. Please, you should probably talk to Arlo first.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how did you hurt your leg?
I had to find any job I could from the city, and this is the best thing I could have for myself and Nellie. A tree fell and crushed my leg. So I'm the camp cook, and I'm the one that's been harvesting the maple syrup. Doing the best I can. Aren't we, Nellie? We're doing okay, aren't we, Nellie? I guess.
So it wasn't the Mossmen attacking that caused it. So
No, it wasn't.
You say that we should speak with Arlo. Honestly, we have spoken to him, I believe, at his length, and I don't think he has much more to say. If you have anything you could tell us, we're strangers here, and we would like to understand what's happening in this area, so anything you could tell us would be helpful.
A persuasion check, please, to convince Merritt to loosen his tongue to speak against Arlo.
Boom. Big ol' 7.
I can't. Others have spoken ill of Arlo, and, well, he's made them guard. He's made them to go out when it's not safe. I'm sorry. I can't speak. Nellie, please. It was nice to meet you, but I'm sorry. And he takes Nellie, and they leave.
So, what now, guys? I mean, do we give them weapons to fight Mossmen that aren't dangerous?
No. No, absolutely not.
But
I think it's more complicated than that.
I understand it's more complicated than that. I'm just asking, like, what's the next step? Is he really leading these people on the right step? And is this the guy we want to make a deal with?
Well, he has my shovel, so I see no other way to get it back other than making a deal.
I'm pretty sure we can get you another shovel.
Nope, that was the
That's
last one.
coming out of my paycheck.
Yeah, that was the last one in the supply locker, too. It was the best one, too. Just,
It was mine, and there are maybe other shovels like it, but it's mine.
And
it's mine.
It was the last one that had the 10mm socket as well.
That's right.
It sounds like this guy's not completely right in the head, and he's the one we're going to be talking to. I guess we have to talk to him to see what's going to happen, but I'm kind of hesitant to make a deal with this guy.
Counterpoint. I don't like dealing with people who haul around hands on their sides that are not their own.
I think we've just come into this and we've seen two sides of one coin, and we're not sure who's right. For all we know, Marriott can be one of those people who just don't see how dangerous something can be. So it's probably best not to rush a decision.
Yeah, I understand. But this guy also almost left us out in the woods against these screaming creature things. So, yeah.
I think we need to leverage our goodwill to as much as we can right now.
Let's find out what he has to say.
As you were standing around in the camp, you can tell that there's more and more loggers coming in from the woods as they're starting to settle down. A lot of them are going into the log cabin, as that is the mess hall. You can start to smell pancakes in the air, as well as venison steaks.
Ooh, pancakes and steaks. Can't go wrong there.
And real maple syrup. I mean, yeah, there would be an area that Merritt had he was boiling his maple syrup.
I wonder if they have pancakes for every meal. I think they would.
I do.
I mean,
it sounds delicious.
Look at Jim's beard. Of course he does. Yarr. All right, do you go in there and talk to talk to Arlo some more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely head in there.
You go into the cabin. It is a one-room, very large cabin. It is 2 stories, except that it's more of a loft on the second story with a ladder going up and looks to be like a desk up there and possibly a bed. In the center of the room is a fairly large cast iron stove with a pipe going up. To the right of the room it would normally be a bar that would have alcohol behind it, except it's just simply a bar, and that's where people can sit and be served to eat. It's sort of like a buffet type setting, and then there's just tables all over the place, benches and whatnot to be sitting down. And then there are some loggers that are sitting down, and they're going by buffet style, grabbing their pancakes and their steaks and their maple syrup and whatnot, and I'm sure some ale as well. Arlo is standing there. And he's standing, just kind of watching everybody, getting their fill. And you hear him talk like, you'll be, keeping first watch. All right. Yeah. You've been slagging off a couple times. Haven't swinging that axe as hard. You'll be taking first watch. And then he pats that worker on the back as he goes to sit down and eat his food. Oh, everyone. Let's get down to it. These are our new friends. They haven't given me their names yet, which is understandable. They have some secrets. They have some interesting things. But they're our new friends and they're guests of mine, so you show them some respect. Please go ahead and have some food here. You can see that Merritt is there, and he is the one cooking the food. Nellie is off in the corner, playing by herself, quietly, away from everyone else.
I will introduce myself. I'll say we didn't mean to be brought in here without introducing ourselves. I am Burvell. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and these are parts of, this is our team.
Oh, they can't speak for themselves?
Sure they can. Hmm? I'm pointing to them, offering them to take charge of their own names. This is...
I'll go out with my hand extended and say, Colonel Selena Rodriguez.
All right. Shakes her hand.
I put a strong grip on there.
Give me a strength check then.
Okay.
We'll do an opposed check because things are fun. Dang it.
Right.
I rolled an 11.
Dang it, where is it? There's strength check. Oh, just a strength check. Okay.
Yes.
There we go. 14.
Yeah. You hear some cracking in his hands. Oh, careful there. Bit of arthritis. Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Don't wanna hurt you.
Nice. Who are the other two? Who are the other two here? Huh? No.
This
I
is Lanny.
No. I want them to tell me who they are.
I'm waiting for Lonnie to go. If Lonnie doesn't say anything,
I just stare blankly at what the heck is going on here.
I will nudge Lonnie.
I'm Lanny.
Uh-huh.
You may call me Bythal.
All right. You know my name, Arlo. How long you plan on spending here?
No more than a couple of weeks. Oh, I mean days.
Days.
All right.
It's a 48-hour mission.
All right. Well, let's get down to it. You have some things here. Maybe you have some things that you want. Not too sure what that would be. Just simple loggers trying to make our money here as we can. That's right, everyone. I run this place to make sure you all get paid. And you get paid well. You have a job here, unlike other places in the city. That's why we're here. To log, and you'll get paid. And these things in the woods, these moss men are stopping you from getting paid. And our friends here, well, acquaintances, we'll say. You can help us kill these moss men. Is that right, eh?
We will assist in anything we can do to keep this place safe.
Getting worse here, though. Getting worse. You don't know half of it. They have been coming every night more and more frequently. First they came for Merritt's syrup. Then they came for my men. Then they came for the horses. They like the taste of the horses, don't they? They'll be coming in closer and closer. We have the fire to keep and the light to keep them away. They don't like that very much. But it's getting worse here. Maybe we have
If you're logging, why are you burning all your trees?
You look around. Trees are plentiful here. Not like other places. Isn't that right, everyone? Trees are plentiful here. Plenty of work. We can keep going north. Even more trees there. The problem is the moss men are up there. And they're the ones slowing down our work. I think we should take care of them tonight, here and now, with that explosive device that you had, that made in the USA. As he holds up the multi-tool. Huh? Is that where you're from?
It's pronounced USA.
All right, USA then.
When did the Mossmen start attacking? I mean, they haven't been attacking you all the time, have you?
Yeah, as soon as we got here, they've been attacking right away. As soon as they've been attacking, as soon as we've been here, they've been attacking us.
Is there anywhere else you can go to get logs that's not attacked by Mossmen?
No, I scoped this place up personally months and months ago. Saw no sign of these things. Price came down to cause trouble. I aim to stop that trouble. That's when Merritt, you can see, is as he's serving people, he's getting more and more visibly shaken. You can see he's probably just has his hands clenched in fists and starting to turn white knuckled, and he just kind of slams his fist down onto the table. I told you, Arlo! This logging site is too close to their habitat. We shouldn't even be here. You shouldn't have done what you've done. You shouldn't have killed their little ones. Now they're attacking all of us. It's not just that one. They all are attacking us now. Arlo quickly barks back. I did what I had to do for all of us, and that is why I lead. And then he turns and he points to this clump of gray fur hanging over on the wall. I shouldn't have to remind you, Merritt. I shot that off the biggest of these beasts. Blew it right off with this musket here. It bleeds. All of them bleed. That means we can kill it, and they will be killed. Turns and looks at all of you. We must act quickly. This is our chance to kill him tonight. They come every night. They will come again tonight. What do you say?
Yeah, I don't think this is my rodeo. Sorry, guys.
No, I agree with you, Lanny. I feel as though I don't want to rush into this and start killing anything. We will protect this camp, but I don't see us going out and on a hunting mission.
So you're saying this out loud to each other, correct?
I'm saying it to Arlo.
It's a shame. Can you give me some of this then? This thing you had. Referring to the explosive.
I think he's talking about the multi-tool, and I tell him that's the only multi-tool I had. I'm sorry.
The explosive, the thing you put on the tree to make it burst. More of that. If you could supply us with that.
Our stock is limited at the time for now. We only have a small amount. In fact, I don't even know if we have any left.
No.
There's more where it came from if we feel we need to bring it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we have plenty of other things we can trade with you, but I don't think we're in the means of trading explosives and weapons right now.
Sounded a bit yellow. Sound like merit there. Think too much. Don't act. And when he says that, you hear someone running up the steps to the log cabin, and bursting through the doors are two people. One is a logger carrying another one who is gravely injured, and he's badly injured in his chest, and blood coming from his head and mouth, and says, "Help! Please! The Mossmen, they attacked the north site. There's several loggers trapped. We only managed to escape." And he kind of moves them over to a table, and they lay him down on top of the table as everyone kind of knocks their food off the table, and to lay this injured logger down, who's just sweating and in and out of it.
Can I try to do first aid?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh,
Right.
An assist, then you get advantage.
Ooh.
I'll assist too. Double advantage.
Double advantage.
No.
I don't know how to do advantage, and I'll just roll twice, I guess.
Yep, just try that. We'll make it work.
Medicine only have a +1. Okay. All right.
He appears to be bleeding heavily from his chestal area. It seems to have gotten smackified by something. He is in bad shape. He's not even moving. He's barely breathing. It's more like that.
I don't think there's anything I can do for him.
Everyone to your posts. Told you they would attack tonight. And then everyone, most of the loggers leave. They grab their weapons and they are guarding the logging camp here. The other logger that brought in this injured one is telling Arlo, "There's 4 of them still trapped at the north site. What can you do for my?
Let's help them out and get these four back safely.
What can you do for my man here? Anything?"
I tried everything I could do. He's really wounded badly.
Can I use my first aid kit? Try to fix him?
First aid will just do hit points. You have to do medicine to stabilize him as he's dying. So you can try a medicine check.
Yeah, my question was going to be how often can we try a medicine check?
So yeah, you're already technically. Well, you wanted to see what was wrong with him for medicine, correct? So this is more stabilizing him, maybe just giving him painkillers and things like that. So I'd allow another medicine check.
So I got a 16.
You go over, you start getting him some chewable morphine. You do inject him with some morphine, as you can tell he's collapsed along several broken, punctured ribs. He was bludgeoned in the chest by something very, very strong and powerful. He's bleeding internally, and he needs surgery. Otherwise, he's probably going to die.
Is there a surgeon here?
No surgeons here. Quickly, we must head to the north side. If there is other 4 men trapped there, we could save them at least.
Colonel, this man will die if he doesn't get medical attention.
How long does he have?
So Lonnie, you rolled. So he won't last long. Maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. Unless someone stays with him and constantly keeping him, giving him medical, giving him medical painkillers and stabilizing him. Merritt comes up and he says, "I can help assist you if you need." And he comes up to you, Lonnie, and says that.
I tell him, give him one of these every 10 minutes or something.
Oh, I mean, I could
time unit.
I could help you. I don't think I could do that.
Maybe we should give them all to him now, and he'll go out soon
Colonel.
and quietly.
Colonel, may I have a quick word with you?
Yes.
I would like to take the colonel off to the side. Lonnie and Burville, it's fine if they're there. I don't want to be within earshot of Arlo or really any of the other loggers. So it sounds like these mossmen are just one of the natural fauna of the area, and Arlo has upset them. I think he's at fault here. I don't think helping him is the right thing. I think I think if the Mossmen were to somehow be given some sort of justice, the attacks would cease.
Well, so it sounds to me you might be wanting to offer up Arlo to the Mossman.
It would also get someone who is not very diplomatic out of our way.
Yes, that's true.
I'm playing that kind of diplomat.
Yeah. I see your point, Bithal. I don't know if these Mossmen, as they call them, would accept him or if they blame all humans. In which case, we are also they all would consider us their enemy as well. So offering up Arlo would be pointless and would only upset the humans here as well. We would at least need to determine if such a trade would give any sort of headway with peace among the locals, local fauna, as you call it.
I don't disagree. I just think our timeline is too short for much research. I'll follow your lead.
I think the first thing to do would be to get those 4 back as easily. Get those 4 back as a gesture of goodwill towards the humans amongst them, and do it as best as we can without causing any further strife with the Mossman.
I think avoiding strife with the Mossman is probably quite easy. It seems the child is doing that with jerky.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All I really have is a sidearm. I'm not sure how useful I would be out there. I can stay here with the dying logger if we would like to sustain him.
My personal view is that it would be better just to load him up with whatever medicine we have left that will let him die quickly and peacefully.
All right. I am done with my aside.
So Lonnie, you were Merritt came up and you were trying to explain to him how to do things, and you look at him and he's trying not to. He's looking at you in the eyes, but then looking at Arlo at the same time. And he's like, "Stay here, please. I have things to tell you."
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
How long does it take to...
I say it vaguely loud. Irregularly loud. It's like, don't worry, I'll stay here with you. Basically, someone with no bedside manner.
What were you gonna say?
How long does it take to get back to the Stargate?
It took you. It took you
It's more than
2
an
hours.
hour.
It took you 2 hours to do it because of the thick underbrush. Yeah.
So we really don't have time to get him to the Stargate to
Yep.
send him to our surgeons.
It's also nighttime as well.
Well,
No, I mean, yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's turned now to night.
It's easier. It's easier to run when you don't see the obstacles. They can't get into it.
There you go. There you go. So like, please, I got two stub men to come with me. Please, you can save the 4 of them.
Is the UAV still flying around, or did it go back through the gate?
It crashed. No, they are temporary disposable things that aren't. No,
Okay.
yeah, so it is not flying around at all.
I would like to go with, because I'm just curious as to
Okay.
what's actually happening.
All right. And as a reminder, you guys have radios on you, so there's that too. So who is going and who is staying?
Well, I'm going.
I will stay.
If Lonnie's staying, I'll go.
Okay. So Lonnie's the only one staying. Just
Unless the colonel wants me to stay for some reason, or if he wants me to go with.
I'll ask Lonnie. Lonnie, you gonna be here okay by yourself, or? You
I
need
think
someone
so.
to stay? Okay.
Also, Lonnie, are you going to listen to the colonel's advice and basically overdose him on morphine to kill him? Kill the...
No.
Okay.
Okay.
It was just talked about. It wasn't implemented, so I just want to make sure that didn't...
What kind of Stargate
I
team
don't give
are
any
we?
orders.
Because that wouldn't be very...
We're
Well,
Phoenix.
if that's the way we're going, I'll just put the C4 and have the detonator in what's his name and just blow him up as he walks out. Just
So yeah, I don't think that... Yeah, that...
Or you could just slit their throat with the knife.
Oh my goodness.
a multi-tool shovel. Yeah.
If only you had
We
one.
don't have that anymore, so.
Yes, a multi-tool shovel. All right. Okay. All right, so you guys head on out. So you head out with Merritt. Excuse me. You head out with Arlo and 2 other loggers. And Merritt, Arlo says, "Yeah, we'll have to take the path here. I'll have to grab some torches. What do you have?" And he starts handing you torches. The 3 of you torches.
I have a
I got
flashlight.
Yeah, I turn on my flashlight.
I scowl at the torch and I pull out my flashlight.
Ah,
These torches are dangerous.
are those also made in the USA?
Taiwan, it looks like.
We'll follow the paths here, and that'll have. It's only about less than a kilometer. Less. He wouldn't say kilometer. He would say, it's not too far away. Just take this logging trail there.
I would like to give an inspirational speech here.
Hey, there you go. What do you briefly say as you're leaving?
We're going to bring your men back. They're going to be safe. I know we're new here, but you will know that you will learn that you can trust us.
All right. Roll a d6. That's how many everyone gets temporary hit points based upon
Roll
that.
a d6. Boop.
4. There you go. 4 temporary hit points.
Does that include myself?
Yes. Let's look at the character sheet to make sure.
Oh, I suppose that would.
You inspire yourself to do better.
Inspire after you. Let's see. You may grant all team members. You're a team member.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
My words were good. They were
that
good.
was those are solid
I can
words,
do good. We can save them.
everybody.
I believe.
Morphine for everybody. Yeah, that'll do it. All right. So you go out into the dark. You start following a path, a logging trail. You can hear occasional gunshots echoing off in the distance. You're walking through an open area, open field that they have clear cut most of the trees, but then you're starting to get to more and more trees that are starting to close in. You can see that there is some moonlight popping out every once in a while. The overcast conditions have cleared. Now it's the moon gets covered by a cloud here and there. It's getting a little more chilly out. You can see your breath as you are jogging very quickly to get to the people, the trapped loggers. Here is the map that you have as you are heading. Boop. Everyone can see the little map the beautiful map that I made. Just this gorgeous map. As you're heading up through this path to get to this logging site. You can hear occasional gunshots, like I said, scream. You can see light from bonfires up ahead. You do hear screams of men, but then you also hear the screams of unworldly beasts of some kind with their type screams. In front of you, though, you see this dead horse. It looks like it was a Clydesdale logging horse that's dead laying in front of you in the path.
I hope no one is eating.
How is it dead? Like, how did it get killed?
You can do an investigation check or medicine.
Investigation is what it is.
I would also like to investigate.
Go for it. All right, so for both of you, this horse was bludgeoned to death by a stump that was ripped out of the ground and smashed into it. A enormous stump. Yay, big. Burvell, you can tell that, yeah, that's basically it.
So these things are really, really strong.
Then up ahead, you can see 3 bonfires with, looks like you can see 4 loggers that are hiding behind them, behind some logs, behind some other stumps, behind some trees in this open area where there's trees all around. And stuff is just flying into their open little area. I'll get the map in a moment. There is the map.
I would like to aside to the Colonel again. Colonel, I really think we're backing the wrong team here.
Oops.
And that's it. That's all I say.
Oh, wow. Why is that doing that map?
Yes. Noted, Bethel.
Why is this happening? Let's try this again. Your tokens are all going wibbly wobbly. All right, let me give me a moment here. Do I have to? No, that's not good. Weird. All right. So we have the engineer, and we have the human soldier. As you're getting closer, you can see that there is a... everyone can see the map, right?
Yes.
Okay. One moment. Arlo. Boop. He's kind of running ahead. And 2 other loggers that are running alongside of him.
I draw my sidearm.
Okay, you have your sidearm out. So Arlo and the 2 loggers that he had brought it with him from the camp move in right away to right here. This logger right here you could tell has probably been injured and is leaning his back up against his big pile of logs. There is a logger And the 3 other ones are hiding there, and they have their muskets out, and there's smoke fill the area. There are 3 bonfires out that are giving light to this area, and then all around the edge of the trees, that's the light then stops. As things are flying in from the darkness, from the forest trees, from behind the trees, and things are flying inward, just like stumps, some rocks, big branches, and things like that. To your right of you is the cart, the wagon that the dead horse was probably attached to. So you can, before we get to initiative, you just kind of moved in here. I want all 3 of you to give me a perception check. Switch back to here so you can see. A 7, no. Nope. And the Colonel, 7. No. You don't see anything. All right. So, we won't get into initiative just yet. What do you want to do right now as you see this unfolding in front of you?
I guess I'll go to the wagon to kind of take cover there while trying to see what these things are, which I apparently can't.
Correct.
I rolled poorly.
Yes. So is that an okay spot for you?
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
All right. Other people.
I would like to go to this guy.
Okay.
And I say, we're here to help. What happened? What's happening here?
The Mossmen. They're killing us. They're everywhere. We're surrounded. Okay, that's all you can say. And Rodriguez, where would you like to go?
Yeah, I'll head over there with
Arlo.
Arlo. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everyone roll initiative, and I will ask you in a second what they are. Oops, that is not what I wanted. And then I will, before we get into I will cut back to Lonnie in a moment. So this aura that you can see coming off of now there's yellow all over the place. That is from the light from the bonfires that the loggers have made. Okay. Bythal, what do you get for your initiative?
3.
3. Oh, I see. No, okay.
Big ol' 3.
Big ol' 3. Colonel Rodriguez got a 14, and Burvell, you got a 14. You both have a +2. So give me a roll off, Rodriguez and Burvell, to see initiative. 9, 16. Okay. Burvell, 9, 16, 2, 3. Okay. 4 and 5. Okay. They cut us off. We're surrounded, this logger says to you, Bythal. When he says that, he points into the woods. You can see things moving around in the woods. You see trees being shaken. Enormous trees are starting to bend. You hear the creaking and the bending and snapping of, they're trying to knock trees down on top of all of you. And then that's when we cut back to Lonnie, who is back at the camp with Merritt and the the dead, or the dying, I should say.
The dying man.
The dying man. Yes. So everyone has left all the loggers have left the cabin. It is just you, Merritt, and Nellie, who's now at a table right now, and she has her wand out, and she's getting just a bunch of trinkets and things that her spells ready. It looks like just with a bunch of other sticks and a bunch of other things she's made on the table.
So I want to open up one of the MREs and give the girl like the candy in it, either chocolate or whatever, hard candy.
Sure. She takes it. Wow, this is really good. This will give me some energy for my fight.
What are you going to fight?
The stinky one.
What do you know about the stinky one?
He comes every night. He likes the taste of my dad's syrup. He steals from it.
Do you mind if I come with?
I don't know. You don't seem like you're that tough. You seem really nervous.
No, but I'm smart, just like you.
Okay. That's when she starts putting out piles of the pink berries in front of her. She has 3 piles of it right now, and she's separating them into little groups right now. And she's very meticulous. She's counting each of the berries as she's piling them in. Merritt comes up to you and he says, I need... So first, before that, you need to do another medicine check to keep this logger alive. You get advantage because Merritt is helping you.
Okay, I got a 15, and then I got an 8.
All right, stabilized him. He's still hanging in there. He says, "You said you could help him, like if you get a surgeon. You said something about that."
Yes, we need to get him back to the ring in the forest.
Yes, I've seen that thing. I just thought it was an ancient monument. What exactly is it?
It's a sparkly roadway that can take you to many different worlds.
Oh, okay. I'll have to take your word for it.
If we can reach an agreement, we can teach you how to use it.
I'm not too sure I understand. I think your schools are much more informed than the schools I went to. But now that Arlo's gone, I think I can speak freely.
It looked like you had something to say earlier. What's up?
We've done a terrible thing here. We've listened to Arlo.
How do we stop it, or is it too late?
I think he's made one of the Mossmen very angry, and it has to do with... It's partially my fault. When I started harvesting the maple trees, that's when the little ones would come out and eat it at nighttime. Arlo discovered this and demanded that I put traps underneath them. That's when he caught 3 of them. And then one night, I think one of the bigger ones came looking for them and got stuck into one of my traps. It screamed. It screamed. I saw it that night. It tore at its leg. Arlo didn't hit it at all. It tore its leg out, and then he points to the big clump of furry meat that's just been like nailed to the inside of the cabin. It tore its leg out.
What happened to it afterwards?
It went mad. I don't know what happened to it, but it went mad. I don't know if it was for what we did to the little ones or if we injured it. But I'm ashamed for my actions.
I take out the radio and say, "Hey, Colonel, can you speak freely?"
I'll say you just settled down next to Arlo.
We're a little busy here. What's going on?
You need to be careful with those Mossmen. They can rip off limbs.
You don't say.
Very good.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Thanks. How's it going? You keeping the one alive?
He's surviving so far.
Excellent. Any other news to tell us?
Apparently, Arlo had 3 of the Mossman children killed, and that might be why they're mad.
No. I could tell. I'm right next to him. That is upsetting.
Yeah, the story was not the favorite story I've heard today.
I go to say to Bithal. Bithal, I'm beginning to agree with you more and more.
Just give the word, Colonel.
All right.
Let's
Well,
see if we can get these people out of here.
and then I'll cut back to I'll cut back to Lonnie. Then I'll get to you guys in a second.
Diplomacy.
Why am I on this team? I don't understand. What is?
We should just be murder hobos.
No, that's not what the Stargate program is.
I have not murdered.
We can be the murder hobo drug dealers of the Stargate universe. We can push our children's morphine tablets onto undeveloped worlds.
Pretty sure
Supposed
that
to be
would not
diplomatic.
fly by General Lawyer's standards at all. Instant
Supposed to
court
stay
martial,
all
abandoned, jettisoned somewhere, abandoned somewhere. All right. So, Lonnie, you're there with Merritt and Nellie. I'll need one more medicine check for you for the injured logger. So you get advantage as well.
Okay, I got an 18 and
Good.
I got a 19.
Okay. You did the best you can. You've bandaged him up as best you can. He will last a couple more hours, but you will need to bring him back to the Stargate for proper medical attention.
Okay. I radio the colonel and tell him that, this guy isn't going to last for that much longer. We need to get him to the Stargate.
You're gonna have to wait for us to come back. Can't risk you going there by yourself.
Oh no, Merritt says you can't go at night, especially not that way. That's when the larger gray one, the bad one, is.
I hear about the bad one over the radio.
No, you don't hear that.
Okay.
So apparently there's the bad one that comes out at night as well.
No.
You might want to keep an eye out for that.
Now you hear it.
So there's a bad one. Okay. That complicates things.
Anything else you want to do, Lonnie?
Yes, I want to keep an eye on the girl.
Yes.
Make sure she doesn't run off.
Yep, she is packing up her pink berries right now, and she.
Okay.
And then
Then I just wait, see what happens.
okay, then we're gonna cut back to you guys over at the North Login area. Boop. Okay, you already rolled initiative. Burvell, you get to go first.
I want to shine my light into the woods and try to see what these things look like.
Perfect. Roll a perception check. And with the flashlight, you get advantage.
Oh, I do?
Yes, you do.
And they look.
Here's Burvell.
Trees out.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up a little bit, Dan. What did you say?
Everyone's saying they look like humans, so I wanted to see what they look like. There's my first roll.
You got a 9 and a 5. Okay. You shine your flashlight into the woods. We'll say over here. You see something moving behind the trees. It's enormous. You can't, but then it ducks behind a tree and you don't see it anymore. It is trying to stay away from the light. It hasn't stepped out further into the light that's given off by the bonfires, and especially not your flashlight. Anything else you want to do?
Okay. Well, I mean, I have my P90 ready.
Okay.
I don't really know if I want to shoot these things yet.
Well, your action was to.
So I'm just trying to shine a light at it.
Your action was to look for these things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, I got my gun. I'm shining a light at it. But personally, in my mindset, I am not ready to shoot them yet.
Okay. Rodriguez.
I would yell basically that to Arlo and to all the men is, we just have to get out of here. We can't fight them. Let's make our way back to camp quickly. And then I guess one thing I would like to do is go and grab a log that's on fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it in the direction to our escape. So maybe like right there.
Sure. Yeah, I won't. That sounds good. Let's see. Do I have a little campfire token? There you go.
And then basically I'll just say, maybe we could just throw these logs, fire logs along the way, and they'll keep us lit and safe.
I'll say you do that. When you do that, you notice that there was something big in the woods that was trying to sneak up and around, like trying to cut off your escape. When you throw the log right there, still a bit of fire, it moves back in a way. It moves back and down. But you can tell that they're trying to block you in. All right. Arlo agreed, and so did the other loggers when you said we should just get out of here as safely as we can. Bythal, you're up top here.
So am I aware of their aversion to light yet between the other two, or no?
You don't know. Yes, because I'll say the logger told you, like, stay here, you're safe with as long as the fires are lit, and they hate light.
Okay. Colonel, what if we light the wagon and push it? That way we'll have the light and fire with us, at least for a ways.
Sounds like the best idea that I've heard so far.
All right. I yell to the three men up here, right? There.
Yes.
There. I'm like, I tell them to grab the fire and throw it in the wagon, and I will do the same.
Yes, they will. Yes, it's a dire situation. You're a new person, but they will. It's a dire situation.
Confidently.
You say it confidently. That makes sense. All right. They all look and nod at you. First, it's confused of what's going on. Who is this person? Okay. And then maybe even Arlo would say, "Do as you're told, men, and we'll get out of this. It was my idea." No. All right.
I will get into a leadership battle with Arlo.
Anything else you want to do?
If I can do anything else I don't know what else I could do on my action.
Movement.
Between the grabbing some fire and moving to the wagon.
All right, so you can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. You grab a log, and you're moving toward down. There you go. It is now the loggers' turns, so they will do the same. This one moves up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it moves on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grabs. 5, 6. Grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Their action was to grab. So they all have logs and they're moving down. I forgot to place this. Logger will have a little... Well, he's not dead yet, but he's dying. Where's a little skull? Where is that it? All right. This logger right here is the one that's injured. This logger grabs the other one and starts moving down. So they're moving at, they can only move at half speed, so it'd be total 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He moved down behind. So he kind of puts his arm around the injured logger who has a wound in his head. Arlo, just starts moving down this way, but he stops right here and he's looking around. Arlo and I'm saying the Arlo and the loggers go at the same time. The loggers go over here, and this one right here is looking out into the woods right now and yells, "There's one! It's sneaking up behind the logs here! Oh God, he reeks!" And that's when you can start to smell them. They don't smell as bad as the smell you smelled before. It's more skunk than it is terrible, gross garbage, poo, and other terrible, gross things. It is the moss people's turns. Let's go do some rolls here. Give me a moment. So, things are flying in from the outside. I'll say a tree actually falls down and hits this fire, just scattering it so there's less light. A big stump, or I'll say a javelin, flies through the air of wood, of a log, flies through, hitting this less light. So stuff behind you, Bythal, as you're running, is just ground shaking. You hear a roar off in the distance. Things like that. This one... Okay. Roll. Passes. And it... You see this... this moss person thing comes into the light temporarily to pick up the log that you had thrown earlier down on the ground, and he's going to pick it up. It looks like this, if you can see that picture, and is going to pick up the log and throw it away. I'll say stamps it out. That makes more sense. And then moves back behind a tree. What's that?
They're smart.
This one right here is throwing is actually going to try. It's right now. You see a tree going back and forth from the light as it's trying to knock down a tree on top of you. You can hear it starting to snap and crack, but it hasn't broken just yet. That's this one right here. Okay. As you're moving down, Bythal, you can see from your peripheral visions that these things are coming as they've now damaged damaged the bonfires. They're moving in closer now, as there's less light. You can start to see the outlines of them. All right, it is now Burvel's turn. Burvel, right here.
I'm still going to try to shine light at them, so I guess I'm going to move down to the front of the wagon more. There,
right here. Okay, you went.
Yep, and try to just get some light on one of them.
To your left, or this one? That's trying to knock down the tree?
That's the one I probably saw, because
yes.
That's what I was looking for first of all. So I'm still trying to get some light onto it. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to scare it off by shooting at it. I might shoot in this general direction to see if it gets scared or not.
Okay. Give me a shooting roll.
I want to know if they're just in a rage or if they're still thinking somewhat clearly.
Oh, I see. You got a 15. Yes, you shoot. You hit the tree, maybe spray across the top of the tree with your P90, and it stops shaking the tree and looks around. And then as you shine, I'll say like you probably have it the flashlight on the P90 because you can attach it that way. Yeah, it puts up a big long hairy arm to cover its face, and then you see it move away from the tree and away from the light.
Okay.
And it just moves and glides quickly through the forest. That is your action. Anything else, though?
I will relay to the other team members, I guess. You can shoo them away at the lights. Your flashlights will shoo them back. I assume they're kind of like backing. I don't know if is he backing up or is he running away?
I'll say backed away.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Huge, hairy arm for covering its face from the light.
Yeah, and I'll just try to keep the light on him from then on for now. But
Rodriguez.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'll head over to him, or right about there as well.
1,
And then
2,
once
4, 5, 6. Okay.
there you go.
6 meters.
And then I'll shine the light in that direction.
Okay. Give me. You're just shining the light. What do you have? You have a P90.
I've got a sidearm and a long arm. P90. Yeah.
Sounds good. Just give me a shooting roll. That's as you're aiming the flashlight that way.
Okay.
Just to shine good.
8.
8. No, it's behind too big of a tree. It's already. You can see it now. You can see its arms, standing there. It looks like it's hunched down, and it's waiting behind this enormous tree. But you're not. You're shining its light on it. I'll say maybe you get its arm and just kind of moves it in behind this enormous tree. But it doesn't. You don't move it away.
Okay.
Anything else though?
No, I forgot. I should have grabbed a log, but hopefully the other guys will start burning the wagon. But no, that's it.
Bythal.
I guess. Well, I want to keep an eye on this one over here.
Okay.
As I move toward the wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3,
Here.
4, 5, 6. There you are. You move your 6 meters. Action. You want to do a perception check to see what's going on with it?
Sure. Like an Overwatch kind of thing. Like if it tries approaching or attacking, I want to shine it and probably take a shot or two.
That'll be a reaction. So you're keeping an eye on it. You can see it just fine from this position through the trees here. So it'd be like a reaction action.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it moves into attack, you're going to shine a light on it or shoot it. What did you say?
Both, really.
Okay. Yep. All right. Sounds good. It is now the logger's turns. So this one moves down. Sets a log on top of the wooden wagon and starting to set it on fire. This one is just going to start running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But looks over and starts screaming at the thing. And drops his fire, sets it down, and is going to shoot at this moss man with his musket. Ooh, I rolled a 5. Sorry, I don't have my character sheets. Oh my god. He's not gonna hit. Ooh, I got an 8. He shoots at the moss person. Misses. This one just runs down. Oops. I don't know. Why? Throws a log on. this is now on fire. The wagon's on fire. This logger will go around here
Push the fiery wagon.
and shoot. The moss person gets an 18 and hits. Ooh. And does 11 damage to that moss person. You hear, I hit it! Arlo says, good work! Keep at it! Hobbling. They see that you're flashing. So these two right here don't know if you should go any further and say it to you, Rodriguez. It's blocking our path. We can't escape. What should we do? They're talking. They're talking about this one. These guys see this.
Yeah. Just see if you can shine a light on it somehow. Maybe if you could throw a log in its direction. A burning log.
He's carrying the other injured logger right now.
Okay. Just stay close to the wagon, and we'll push it, and hopefully it'll steer clear of us.
They do that. They stand behind you. Arlo. Why aren't you shooting these blasted things? And then he shoots his musket. I got a 11, hits a tree, misses. Moss people's turns. Roll damage. Ooh. This fire is.
We're all bunching up together.
So, you see. So, Bythal, you see that this moss person picks up a stump and rips it out of the ground, and is going to throw it.
Yeah, that's when I shine and shoot it.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a shooting roll.
Hey,
16 hits.
diplomatic immunity.
How much damage?
Does 1d6 plus 1. So I will roll a d6. 5.
5 damage. Thunk. Sinks into its brown, reddish fur.
And an eye full of flashlight. Or actually, no, because I said I was leading the example of picking up fire, so I guess I don't shine it with the flashlight. Dang it!
So you just shot it.
I got a torch.
You shot it. It still throws its stump, hitting this fire right here, and just scattering the embers and everything all around. It's no longer lit. This one does the same thing to this one. This moss person attacks the logger. Hits. And there's my sheet. There we go. And does 23 damage, killing. You just hear a scream and a human man going, no! Blech! And he's dead. I won't. I can do this. I have a little X. Blech! There we go. We have more. Here. This one is going to start pushing on that tree, and I'm going to do a strength check and try to knock the tree down on everybody. I'm going to need dex saves from Bythal and Rodriguez. Ooh, pass. Bythal, did you roll?
Yeah, this is 20.
I'm sorry, not Bythal. I mean Burvell. Sorry.
Gravel. Okay.
Burvell, yes, because it's going to be down
I was
here.
kinda
Right?
Curious.
Sorry, yes. I saw you make a face and I realized I said the wrong name.
Dexterity, right?
A dexterity saving throw, please.
16.
All right. Each of you take 4 hit points. The tree doesn't fall down. It was started shaking, this tall tree, and the top part of it broke off and landed on top of all of you right here. And you all take 4.
Oh no, my temporary hit points.
Your temporary hit points are gone. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So these people get hurt as well, but they aren't. Wow, this guy has 2 hit points left. The injured person. They got by the leaves and the branch parts, not the actual log parts of the top of the tree when it broke off. It is not blocking your exit, though. You just got pummeled a little bit. And it moves away. That should be everyone. Burvell.
Like at this point, I don't know if it's worth trying to scare him away just because he's standing in front of us.
Yeah.
And too many people are getting injured now.
You can see this one right here has moved in its way. It knows what you're doing and it's trying to stop you from all escaping.
Yeah, and that's. I don't want to kill any of them though. I'm still gonna shine a light at it. I'm gonna take a shot at it. I'm gonna assume it can take some of this damage. So I'm just gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I try not to do lethal damage, I guess, but I'll still shoot it.
Set bullets to stun.
Yeah, set bullets to stun.
Technically, you in this game you do default is non-lethal.
Even with a P90?
Even with P90s. Let's all wink at the camera. Because it's TV 14 at its most gruesome. You have to remember that.
23 to hit.
23 hits this moss person.
Okay. Damage.
They have not been injured yet.
11.
11. That's some good P90 blamage. You hear it moan in pain.
And shine a light at
it. No me gusta.
Don't make me feel bad.
It's going to use its reactions to run away. It just bolts off into the forest, and it's gone.
I guess my plan succeeded.
All hail the gun. The gun is good. Wait a minute. Rodriguez.
Well, it looks like the way is clear. So I just want to use my I yell at everybody to start pushing, but then I'm going to use the med kit on the injured one.
Nice. Okay. That makes sense. You're right there. Yeah, you push off some of the branches and stuff in the clearing, and then med kit. 1 second. So med kit. Character uses med kit to heal 1d8 damage to a wounded character. There you go. Roll 1d8. Are you proficient in a med kit though?
It doesn't matter, I guess.
No, it does matter. Are you proficient in a med kit?
Double checking. No.
Okay. Because when you are proficient in a med kit, you're able to heal 2d8. So, all right, you get 1 hit point. Hey, he's got now 3 hit points, so that's good. Okay, you patch him up, and then you give him a candy.
Yeah.
A hard candy. Oh.
I just bat my eyes at him. Come on, soldier.
Probably not. Not Rodriguez's style.
Nope, you're right.
All right. So you do that. Yes, they listen. They're gonna start getting in position, start pushing this thing. Arlo is just fuming. Kill these things. Okay. Bythal.
All right, I'm fed up with this guy. I throw my torch into the wagon, and then I move over to Arlo and sort of try to hustle him along and be like, "Why don't you show us how it's done? You brought us out here. We came out here to save your men. That's what we're doing. You already let one die over there. If you want these things to die, show us how to kill them.
Intimidation check,
Go on,
please.
go on out there. Go show us how to kill them."
I'm sorry, Jim.
I should have played the Jaffa.
Yeah, a tear. All right, give me an intimidation check. Yes, but do you? Okay, you can do the Tok'ra eye flash though, and do the deep voice. Mastay can come out.
Oh yeah. No, I in fact will say that's who's mad.
That is a person that's mad. Nice.
Very angry at
So
Arlo.
you get advantage then.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, well, 18 still.
Yeah.
Just trying. He turns even more wide-eyed and just I will do it. I'll do it. I lead. You're right. I will stop this from happening. He's lost for words.
I guess if he's stuttering and stammering and he doesn't even know what to do, I'll say, "Push the wagon, you foolish old man."
He will do as he's told. So you guys start pushing the wagon. He goes over here, and you start moving on down. Moving on down the road. Well, technically you don't.
Based RPGs.
So he starts moving down here, and you hear off in the distance that terrible howl coming from over here. Far, actually down over here. You hear this howl. Arlo says, turns and looks at you, Bythal. At first, it has a scared look in his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
but then gets more determined and runs off into the woods and disappears.
Yeah, I did that.
Because you have a flaming chariot, and from the howls, you see the other Moss people run back into the woods and leave. You do have cover now. Some of them kind of follow from behind, but they see the situation that you have plenty of light and it's not going to change at all. So that happens. We're going to cut to Lonnie. You're hanging out, eating everyone's MREs, having a grand old time. There's pancakes everywhere. There's jerky, there's steak. You're just comfortable. Have your feet up. You did your job. You don't have to do anything else.
Did my job. I guess I want to see if there's any books to read. Maybe accounting statements to look over. Just go and figure out the lowdown on this place.
Yes, you find books up in that loft. That is Arlo's little study, basically, and sleeping area.
Okay. I'll just start flipping through them, seeing if there's any useful information.
Yes, you find that about that this camp was set up about 6 months ago, and that the attacks happened about 2 weeks after they set up, and it reinforces exactly what Merritt said. But you do notice that Arlo is very concerned about his men, and is very concerned about everyone's well-being, and feels bad that he feels he needs to be the strong one to make sure that everyone has a good living, because he knows that it's so difficult back in the cities where there aren't jobs to be had. So so you're basically reading his journal, yeah, that he is very determined to make sure that everyone has a good life here. And and he's had failures before in other logging camps, and this isn't. He's determined it's not going to happen again. So that might have probably the stress of the leadership position and all of this has probably pushed him over the edge to being an unreasonable person where he normally wasn't. Looking at his logs beforehand, he was okay.
Okay.
So you get a better sense of the person. Just more and more angry as things have continued.
Is there anything in there that would help reason with him, or is it just showing that he is just off the deep end?
It's more that he's off the deep end at this point.
Okay.
That's when, of course, Merritt runs in. Nellie! Nellie! And then you hear that same roar, but it's a little bit closer. It's the same roar that the others heard in the north part of the light logging site. You hear it, but much, much closer. Like it's just outside of the area that you're in. And then you hear a gunshot. Very loud. Over with the flaming wagon, you hear a gunshot off in the distance. It's probably Arlo. As you're making your way closer to the camp, you're safe. The other Moss people aren't following you anymore. But you hear a gunshot coming from the west. For Lonnie, it is going to the northwest. Maybe southwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get my backpack, put my backpack on, and take out my sidearm and the flashlight and go outside.
Yep. You come back down to the main area of the camp logging room cabin area. You don't see Nellie, and all of her stuff is gone. And Merritt is standing there, and he's looking for her. And then he just looks at you you make eye contact, and he's just terrified. He's just staring at you, wide-eyed, with his mouth open. Help?
And it sounded like she was going to go where that bowl was, right?
No.
Or the character? Or
no? No. Merritt says no, not there. Here, I'll show you. Well, and then he looks at his leg like, I can't go, but it's an opening.
Can you draw a map? And I give him a sheet of paper.
So I'll say you have this map printed out because of the
UAV.
Not that the UAV has terrible clip art. They have cutbacks in the military here, so just really bad art. But he puts X right here, says right here. She's going to go there.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. And you start going.
I get on the radio and I say, Colonel, the girl has run away. I'm going after her.
You're going after her alone?
I guess I look around and then that's what it looks like.
We're real close. We should be there soon. Just wait for us.
Blam! A gunshot goes off. And you hear the howl.
Sir, someone else is still fighting those things out there.
It's probably Arlo. We don't have time to waste looking for him. He's armed. He'll make his way back. We have to get these men back to the logging camp and after the little girl.
I think these guys are safe.
We're fine.
I don't think they're...
Go. One of them says, yeah. And they are fine as they're wheeling your way out. There is no more danger here.
Okay. So I say to Lanny, okay, where are you going? We'll meet you there.
I'm going to where the trees with X's on them are.
All right.
I guess I'll explain whatever it is on the map.
Yep. And so since you've probably had a debriefing back at Phoenix Base, yes, you've looked over this map. You know where you have to go. You just have to go through the woods. Lonnie will probably get there first, though.
Those were excellent directions, Lonnie.
Very.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel. I expect you to report that on my performance evaluation next week.
Very good. All right, so we pop up this Mapperkins here. How are you approaching the situation there, Lonnie?
I will take I guess take a torch or something like that light something that's like burnable, as well as use a flashlight.
Okay.
And like go through the woods, try to get to the area.
Are you trying to go as fast as you can?
Yes.
Okay. As you run out, some of the loggers that are standing guard, they're terrified of this thing. They point in the direction like it came from there. I think the little girl went that way.
She did. We need to save her. Come on.
They shake their heads no. And then that it screams again, and they're terrified. They're not going to go. But they hand you the torch.
Okay.
Okay. So you pop out right here. You see. So as you're running, the clouds have dissipated. Now it's clear skies. Bright moonlight shines down into this open little glen. As you come into this area, you see the situation. You shine your flashlight on this enormous beast slashing at Arlo, who has his musket up guarding him like this. There's a big tree behind him that has a little nook, and you can see Nellie's legs she's hiding inside the nook, and Arlo is standing in front of this monster. When you shine the light on it, you can see this thing is 7-8 feet tall, hunched over, long-armed, gray, and is just screaming and starts slashing at Arlo, who is protecting Nellie, and he dies. As a big slash across his chest, and he falls down to the ground. And then as you have light on this thing, it turns and howls at you. We'll roll initiative.
All of us?
Yes, please. Everyone. You won't get there for a little bit, so Lonnie's
11.
on their own. I'm sorry, what did you say, Lonnie?
11.
11. Okay. 1 second. Let me switch back to... Everyone can see this map, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the camp came from here. This is, from that direction. All right. So, I don't want to miss anyone here. Burvell, you got a 16. Bythal, you got a 6. Is that correct? And roll up between Burvell and Rodriguez. You both hit. You got a 4. Okay. Burvell, 1. And that, sorry, you got a 6, right, Jim?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 5. Lonnie, laying next to you is wow, I can't think of Nellie's name. Laying next to you is Nellie's bag and wand on the ground. And she has her little pouches of berries sitting on the ground next to you. And you see 3 of them, like just have been wrapped up in this little pouch type thing.
Okay.
All right. It is the crazed moss person's turn. Well, this one's a moss man. Bellers at you as you shine a light in its face, and it puts its arm up, and it just starts slowly moving towards you. It moves with a limp, and you can see its right leg it's barely being able to move that. It just kind of scrapes behind, and it has huge gashes and scabs and matted fur all on it as it's wounded, and it just moves towards you and then howls. I need you to do a wisdom saving throw or become frightened.
Oh, I busted. I got a 1.
You got a 1?
I got a critical fail, so I got a 1.
You are frightened. this thing reeks, and it's just pissed off, screaming at you. Spit from 3 meters away. Spittle flies on top of you, but it is covering its eyes, and it's pissed off that you're shining lights on it. So frightened. You have disadvantage to ability checks and attacks while in line of sight of this thing that's scaring you. You cannot willingly move closer to this thing.
Okay.
But it is your turn. You can. And you should,
I will
go ahead.
take one of those bags of stuff and throw it at it.
Okay. How are you trying to throw
I'm
it?
at hard
Fair enough.
at the probably like lower torso.
Give me a science check first.
And it's at disadvantage.
It will be a disadvantage because you're scared. You're not thinking straight.
I got a 14.
Doing that it's just berries. It's not going to do anything. You know that when you ingested it, and Bythal said this is poisonous and can cause bad things, it has to be ingested for anything to happen. Just
Okay, so I was thinking hitting it on its hurt spot would. So it needs to be eaten.
It needs to be ingested.
Okay.
You look at its wounded leg. It's festering, but it has been injured for a very long time.
Okay.
It's not necessarily fresh. So I guess you could. I mean, that would hurt. True. I mean, yeah, you're rubbing berries in it. Yeah. But you have to
Go and stain that beautiful gray coat.
So you have to do an awesome throw and get it in its mouth. But it is roaring at you. You have disadvantage.
I got a 16.
You did it.
I don't understand. These dice are not.
Good job.
They're either very good or very bad.
Yeah, they're doing you a good job aside from the one botch.
Okay, so you.
No, I've gotten 2 other ones that were botched as well.
No, those we're not paying attention to those.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
it has to do a Constitution saving throw as you threw berries in its mouth. Awesome. I got a 5, which is not enough. So Zilmer, roll a 1d6, and now it's going to. You're causing it to be
massive gastrointestinal distress.
No, you're going to give it levels.
5.
A 5?
Oh, is that it? Is that a disadvantage too?
No. You just roll a 1d6. No, you're good.
Okay, I got a 5.
No, I'm saying as surprise because that's really good. Because you now have given it 5 levels of exhaustion. As it's starting to choke on this thing, it staggers, and you can see it's starting to get really woozy. That's when I'll say the rest of the group comes in. So you guys will be coming in from more or less this area over here. And then you will see the situation. We have Dupe, and there you are, the diplomat. I'll say you run in this way. Are those positions okay for everybody? Good. I think Dan said cool, so we're good. All right.
Good for me.
Burvell, it's your turn.
I assess the situation, I guess.
You can hear Nellie screaming from inside of a tree. You might see her legs sticking out just a little bit. Arlo is slumped body up against a tree, very much dead. His broken in half musket is laying aside next to him. Further down, you see this enormous beast roaring, now choking at Lonnie, who's shining lights on it. So that's the situation. Lonnie might be under attack, but this thing is moving around kind of strange.
Yeah, I guess I would go for Nellie first to protect her, and try to get her out of the tree, maybe.
Okay. She sees you and she says, "Arlo, that dumb." And then she reaches out and she grabs for you.
Yeah, I try to ignore it basically and get her out of there.
Okay, you pick her up, and she is just she's very much scared of the whole situation and in shock. But you now you pick her up and you pull her out of the nook. Rodriguez.
All right, I will move closer to this person. Let's see, to the thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can make it here, maybe.
Yes, you can.
Okay, and then take out my long arm weapon and shoot at that beast.
Shoot with your P90.
All right, P90.
That's what was
Plus
given
4.
to you by the armor.
Yeah, it's the FN P90 if it's any different.
Oh, well, yes, you are correct.
An 11 to hit.
Unfortunately, you missed with that 11.
I hope I didn't hit Lonnie.
Lonnie on this other side. Luckily, you didn't.
All right. Well, maybe it'll distract him.
So one thing I'm sorry, but I forgot to mention is this game also has this tension die system where each scene or adventure can have different levels of intensity. Where a normal comical game would have a D4 for your tension die. Some abilities use that where it'll help you do things. Also, it is left up to the GM what this can be used for. Right now, your tension die is at 10. The maximum it goes to 12. So this is a very dire, dangerous situation. So I can use that for extra damage from my bad guys, but if you are attempting to do something heroic or crazy, I might allow that as well. It's still something that's being worked on, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And again, there are some rules, and some beasts have abilities that use this tension die system. It is now Rodriguez. You shot. It is the crazed monster's turn. Lonnie, you attacked it. It moves towards you and tries to attack. But
I gave it lunch.
I realize I can't do that because it has exhaustion. Its speed has been reduced to 0. Its hit points have been halved. I have disadvantage of attacks and saving throws. What can I do? I can't move. Let's see.
Can take a big puke. Get that out of them.
Well, I have an ability of blood frenzy. I'm going to pass with my Constitution saving throw, and it does move, and it does attack you, but at regular attack now. Wait, I think I read this incorrectly. I apologize. Nope, I can't do that. I'm so sorry. I think you got this thing.
Does anyone have a flamethrower?
It's just howling right now. It's just it's getting more and more groggy. Yeah, you exhausted it very, very well.
I fed him. I yell. I fed him some of the delicious berries.
Lonnie,
He's tired.
you have two more. You have
Feed
two
him
more
some more.
bags. You have 2 more bags of this stuff, and it's your turn.
I want to try and throw another bag in his mouth.
So it tried moving. It falls down. It's on its knees. It's pissed off, but you can tell its eyes are rolling in the back of its head. It's gonna go unconscious. You just want.
Okay.
I mean-
guess I'll.
I'm saying you could get closer to it if you want to get a better chance of just shoving it in its mouth.
I will. I will move up closer.
Yeah, you get advantage. You just go hope.
I got a 3. Oh wait. So does the advantage? I just roll 1 die, right? Because the advantage offsets the disadvantage.
You are not at disadvantage. Wait, you are. I forgot.
I am.
You
Because
are.
I'm afraid.
Because you're afraid. So yes, it is just a 1 die. You are absolutely correct. So you're scared of it. So you
I just kind of
get a. Oh no.
drop it.
Yes, you get too close to it. Ah, jeez, and you just drop it. And it's thrashing, trying to attack you, but it can't, and just moves forward and just squishes the berries in front of you. Bythal, your turn.
6 move, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, I guess I just kind of stand by if this thing's about to collapse and it's moving like it. There's nothing more to do.
You notice that there's movement in the woods from all around you again.
Oh. Okay. Well, then actually, I am going to, I guess, to the nearest one. You've placed there. That one. That one's the nearest one. Or he moved back. I'm going to grab Arlo basically, and I'm going to lift him up, and I'm going to present him, like not like hold him out, like literally lift him by like the back of his shirt or jacket or whatever. And I want to lift him up, and I just want to go like yell out, "Hey!" and get their attention. And when I can see that, just like lift him and then drop him sort of in the direction of one of them.
I'll say you do that over here. This one sees it and lets out a whoa. And the other ones howl too. Nellie yells at you, "Put him down!" And she's bawling, yelling at you, Bythal.
I did.
Yep. "Leave him alone!" she screams. That's when you can see that the other ones are moving in down here and around.
Mm-hmm.
Burvel, what do you do?
At this moment, I need to get Nelly out of there. That's how I can.
You just want to run away?
She can't see this. I don't know what those things are going to do. I don't know if, but the whole Arlo thing has got to be too much for her. So
okay. Yes, she's very much traumatized by the situation. So you get
I
out there.
tried to calm her down as we're going and say we're getting out of here.
So you're going back to the logging camp?
Yeah.
Okay. Rodriguez.
I can see that this is kind of okay. I feel like he's out or going to be soon.
Yes.
But I also know there's always a chance that one last thrash that could hurt Lonnie. So I'm going to shoot it again. Maybe hopefully dispatch it.
Okay.
Or shoot it. Yep. All right. Rolling. Good Lord.
A 10 misses.
I'm missing.
10 misses, unfortunately. Anything else? Any special ability?
Yeah, I'll use my surge to attack again.
I'm going to do it again.
Yeah. I fire again. Let's see. And I miss again.
The same exact roll.
I wish you could change these dice somehow.
You need to get the sparkly ones.
That makes sense.
Take it.
No, you got to buy the official Stargate dice. But digital anyway. All right. Unfortunately, you surge and you shoot and miss again.
I just curse under my breath, like what the, whatever PG-13 cursing may be.
Lonnie, your turn.
Since they're like a primitive society, can I roll science or culture?
Culture,
probably. And that's a disadvantage, or is this guy done so it's not frightening?
Oh, just regular. Yeah. No, not at disadvantage.
Okay. I got a 20.
And what are you trying to determine?
I'm trying to determine how to communicate with them to show that we are not a threat.
You turn to look at one of them. You can see that they are moving very cautiously and behind things and ready to bolt at any moment.
Can I do an ET or whatever and feed them something sweet?
Well,
Like tear open an MRE or something?
yes, you give them a Fifth Avenue bar.
Oh, I thought is it a Fifth Avenue or is it whatchamacallit?
It's Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
But that's only in the movie. So this
That's
one,
what I was hoping, but
so this would be a knockoff of Fifth Avenue because you can't pay for that. So it's just it does say Bonnie Way on it though.
6th Avenue.
Yeah. But you hand it out to him. This one then would move over and just kind of grab the shoulders of it. So you're offering food. It smells it. It understands what you're trying to do, but it ignores it because it's more concerned. And when you shine a flashlight on it, you could tell it doesn't like the light shining on it. So it puts hands up.
I'll turn off the flashlight.
And then it puts hands on. You can see, yes, very long, crazy arms. Obviously, Bigfoot-like, very human, soft face, though, behind its enormous, bulbous head. And it's going towards this. They're all basically moving in around all of you to not only protect this thing, but now restraining it and calming it down. And they start purring this deep purr and are starting to caress its head as this thing now falls finally unconscious and asleep.
Okay.
So, Brevell, you make it back to the camp. Merritt is honking his way as best he can, limping his way through the forest, and meets you there as he's reunited with you, Nellie.
Okay.
And
I'll pass on Nellie and turn around when I can.
Does a very fatherly thing, says thank you so much, and picks her up. And she just keeps on saying, Arlo saved me. Over and over. That's all she can say at this point, and he's just comforting her to quiet her down.
Yeah. I'll confirm that with him, kind of in a nod or something to let him know that that's what happened.
Gotcha.
And then turn around and go back.
Okay. That's when these moss people are pointing at his leg, at the injured one's leg, and then kind of look at you, Lonnie. And they do and it starts rubbing its leg slowly, and then puts their hands out like this, and you get the impression they're asking for your help. And then again caressing its wounded leg.
And these are like mammals?
They're basically Sasquatch.
Okay.
Now that
I just wanted to make sure that they were literally not made of moss.
They are not made of moss. They are called that simply because they stink. And this one, and you can tell, yes, they have moss like fungus growing on them and stuff like that. But really, it's just a name. Okay. It's because they come from the swamps.
All right. I guess I want to take out some antibiotics or something and smear it on it.
Do a medicine roll. Advantage. You're no longer afraid.
15 plus 2, 17.
Yes, you do your sciencing. You realize that this thing had, definitely got a bacterial infection, and so bad that it has bacterial meningitis.
Ooh.
And has made it gone crazy.
I guess, whatever.
So we will cut scene So what you'll have to do is you'll have to get stuff from the from Phoenix site from the SGP to cure him.
Okay.
And also bring back that injured logger right away.
So I guess, can I communicate to the Sasquatches to have them stay, we will be back in whatever, a moon.
They nod and understand.
A sun orb, a glow orb,
Mhm.
and we will make him better.
They understand. They nod as best they can. Yes, yeah. You saw Rodriguez doing his, and they leave with him carrying him, and very slowly, and they go through the woods. You contact the SGP against Phoenix Site. You get all the things. You save the logger. You come back. You have another, again, cutscenes of curing.
Like a real doctor.
A real doctor. Some other personnel come. They help him out, and he's cured after a couple of days, and he's now reunited with the rest of his clan that he was once shunned. And we end with the Moss people. There was a bunch of them all around, and you can see that they've kind of come out of the swamp area, and there's rows and rows of them. There's not 6 or 7 of them. There's dozens and dozens of them. They all kind of, after you cured this one, the nod of respect, the understanding of it, but then they leave. Merritt has been made leader of the logging camp, but he's decided we need to leave them in peace, and we're going to look for another logging site as best we can. But maybe in the future we could do something with them. Maybe we could learn to communicate with one another. You will have to tell me more about this Stargate that you're coming in and out of at some point. I'm very much excited, to learn about it.
We'll have more trips here to talk.
You're welcome. We will have people here in the area, just not as much, and not cutting down their trees and eating their deer. So you get 3 mission points because you did all the things. You saved the loggers, you saved and cured the crazed moss person and brought them back, and you made good relations and diplomatic relations for this area. While they don't have crazy technology and stuff like that, well, maybe, I don't know, I'd like to see a Sasquatch rip the head off of a Goa'uld, perhaps in the future. Also, other things you've gotten, more importantly, Merritt gives you a bunch of maple syrup to bring back to Phoenix Base that you guys can put on your flapjacks and eat. And also, Lonnie, you get Nellie's wand, magic wand.
Okay.
You are brave.
So I guess when we went back to the Alpha site, the Phoenix site?
Phoenix site.
I guess I would see if there was like something for like a princess, like a little girl sort of thing.
Oh, sure.
Like
you want
a costume or a sparkly hat or something like that.
You can either get that shipped from Earth, or you can have someone make that for you in the community of Haven, which is a town nearby Phoenix Base. But the episode is going to end there. That's the end of it as we roll credits.
Doo-ba-doo.
And you did the thing.
Hooray!
Hooray! Not action-packed murdery, but there we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for playing. I know it's late for us, and we're doing this around the 4th of July, so there was explosions in the backgrounds of some people's of people celebrating.
I do not live in a war zone. I just want to clarify that.
Yes.
Or in a violent neighborhood yet.
So thank you guys so very much for playing, for helping me out with this. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had fun with your dudes.
I did.
Awesome.
I agree.
If all of you that are listening, thanks for watching as well. If you are very interested in this game, you can go to StargateTheRPG.com, sign up there for the forums, and also you can download the closed beta packet. You can play this game, and there are 2 episodes there. We have the pre-generated characters here, so you can play a member of Phoenix 1. You can make your own character, which is awesome. And what's really cool is they're still in closed beta right now, so you can play. You can give some feedback to the game as it's still developing. And the other bit of information I want to give is for Gen Con 2020, we're playing online. We're running a bunch of sessions online. We're running the first 3 episodes of the Living Campaign on there. So go to Gen Con, sign up, play some games. I'm running some games. Maybe Dan's going to run some games. We have a bunch of Gate Masters out there for you. And have you play the first 3 episodes of the 13 episode season 1 of Stargate Phoenix the Living campaign. All right, I said my spiel. I think we're gonna end there. Thanks again for watching, everybody.